Between York and Rye, there aren't many places to go swimming. Seapoint is walkable year-round but swimmable during certain seasons. It's rough and undeveloped, which makes it ideal for a summer evening walk with your four-legged buddies. Continue to read and we will be sharing some additional information that you need to be aware about Seapoint Beach. What is Seapoint Beach? The sole town beach in Kittery is mostly used by the locals. And Seapoint Beach is a tenacious little spot, much like the town itself. The flies could be the first thing you notice. In the summer, greenheads may swallow a significant amount of flesh, and a dizzying cloud of flies swarms amid the seaweed. The shore is covered with dense bundles of seaweed that resemble scraped leaves. There are many seagulls and, did we forget to mention it, several rocks. Despite the undeveloped pebbly beach, Seapoint is surrounded by more than a dozen warning signs that outline the guidelines for parking and visiting. Tall metal signs obscure even the most important vista from the beach's little parking area. However, the Seapoint location is well known for allowing dogs in addition to being a unique swimming location. Only during the crucial summer daylight hours are dogs prohibited, otherwise, they are permitted on leashes. The vista, which is mostly an open shot toward the turquoise Atlantic, is another consideration. The dunes and the pebbly low tide region are separated by a thin strip of white sand. The meandering Route 103 is a gorgeous drive or bike ride in and of itself, making the trek to Seapoint alone well worth the effort. How to spend your time at the Seapoint. In Seapoint or Crescent Beach, unruly behavior is not permitted. As used herein, disorderly conduct includes, but is not limited to, the making of loud and unreasonable noises, the activation of any device or explosive substance that releases noxious or offensive odors, the purposeful accosting, insulting, taunting, or challenging of any person with offensive, derisive, or bothersome words or gestures, or any other physical conduct that would actually have a direct tendency to provoke a violent reaction by an ordinary person in the situation of a person. No one is allowed to act indecently on Seapoint or Crescent beaches. The definition of indecent behavior as used in this chapter is found under Title 17A, Section 854 of the Maine Criminal Code. No one is allowed to toss, dump, deposit, discard, or otherwise dispose of trash at Seapoint and Crescent beaches unless it is in a designated trash can. Within Seapoint and Crescent beaches, nothing natural or physical may be removed, molested, harmed, or otherwise damaged. The removal of seashells, driftwood, seaweed, and scientific samples is not covered by this clause. Drinking is prohibited on Seapoint and Crescent beaches. This includes the use of any alcoholic, spirituous, vinous, fermented, or other alcoholic beverages as well as combinations of liquors and mixed liquors. Can you take your pet to the Seapoint beach? A domestic animal is not permitted on Seapoint or Crescent beaches, with the exception of dogs that are kept on the beaches between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. from June 15 through September 10 of each year when they are under the custody of their owner or keeper. When employed as guide or seeing eye dogs, this restriction does not apply. The owner or caretaker of any dog must never let the animal to run loose on Crescent or Seapoint beaches or enter any publicly owned salt marsh that is close to either beach. Only dogs that are licensed to town residents are permitted on Seapoint and Crescent beaches from May 15 to September 30, inclusive. There is a dog pooper scooper law in place. Animal waste must be properly disposed of by owners and keepers, either by putting it in the provided containers or, if one is not provided, by carrying it with you when you leave the beaches. Can you visit the salt marsh at Seapoint? Except for educational or scientific reasons and only after clearance is obtained by the town council or its properly appointed agent, no person may access the publicly owned salt marsh directly next to Seapoint or Crescent beaches. Requests may be submitted to the town clerk, who must refer them to the town council or its authorized representatives. The public must be made aware of this restriction by placing signs in plain sight along the salt marsh. Can I windsurf at the Seapoint beach? Between June 15 and September 10 of every year, no one may windsurf anywhere other than the locations that have been properly marked and permitted by the town council. It is required to prominently publish public notice of such designated zones in the beach parking lot or other visible site or locations. What other activities can I do around Seapoint Beach? 1. Explore Kittery. The intriguing history of Kittery, which began in 1623 as a fishery, is the town's principal source of renown. The town, which was incorporated in 1647, is regarded as the oldest in the state of Maine. Numerous historical structures, including Fort McClary, which had a significant part in 5 American wars from the Revolution to World War I, are evidence of the region's almost 400-year history. Kittery has developed a reputation as a seafaring town during the centuries that Europe has occupied the area. The Kittery Historical and Military Museum, which chronicles some of the most significant episodes in local history with a focus on naval activities in the area, is presently housed there. Portsmouth Naval Shipyard in Kittery is another interesting location. This is the nation's oldest continually utilized naval shipyard. It was established in 1800 and is still in operation today. 2. Experience hipster culture. Kittery is currently renowned for having a quaint small-town feel and for being a sanctuary for the hipster culture. There are several art galleries, museums, neighborhood stores and marketplaces, as well as fine dining establishments selling cuisine from the surrounding region. 3. Experience natural beauty. Despite all the changes throughout the years, the Atlantic Ocean still plays a significant role in Kittery's identity. Visitors continue to flock there in search of activities like island hopping and beach leisure. Beautiful Fort McClary State Historic Site has a significant impact on Maine's history. An almost 300-year-old fort on the property served as shelter for troops throughout 5 American wars. Major Andrew McClary, who lost his life in battle at the Battle of Bunker Hill, is remembered by the name Fort McClary, which is located near the Piscataqua River's mouth. Today, one of southern Maine's most well-liked camping, fishing, hiking, and historical attractions is Fort McClary State Historic Site. 4. Get to the Dance Hall. The Dance Hall is Kittery's top nightlife destination. The primary location for arts and culture in the community is this non-profit structure, which was established in 2011. The dance floor is made of maple wood. There will be live musical performances of various types during the weekend. The hall provides dancing courses for all ages throughout the week. Despite the fact that the items are modern, the charmingly retro ambience is a result of the establishment's ancient structure, which was built in 1928. Final words. By reading this Seapoint Beach Guide, you know how to plan your visit to the beach accordingly. Make sure that you properly plan all parts of your journey, so that you will not run into any problems at the end of the day.